Hello, I'm Carolyn Herbert from the Finance News Network, and joining me from junior explorer and producer Aus Tin Mining is CEO Peter Williams. Peter, welcome back.
Thanks, Caroline. Thanks for having me.
Now, for investors who aren't familiar with the company, can you start by giving us an introduction to Aus Tin Mining?
I'd be delighted to, Caroline. Aus Tin Mining is Australia's second ASX-listed tin producer, and we operate the Granville Tin Project on the west coast of Tasmania. In addition, we are developing the world-class Taronga Tin Project in New South Wales and have a very exciting high-grade cobalt project in Queensland.
Now, the recent quarterly provides some details on capital works being undertaken at Granville. Can you expand on that?
Sure, and look, I'll provide just a little bit of background first. So during the December quarter, we installed a new feed trommel to increase our plant throughput rate, and we also installed additional spiral capacity to increase our tin recovery. During December quarter, we also commenced the transition from tailings material to run-of-mine ore. Since the recommencement of operations, we had been treating reclaimed tailings in which the tin was more liberated. And as we went to the transitioning to the run-of-mine ore, we found that we needed additional gravity capacity and also additional grinding capacity. So as a consequence of that, we've been accelerating work which we had originally planned for the Granville expansion, and more specifically we're installing a new jig and also recommissioning the ball mill to allow us to liberate more of that tin. So whilst the capital works resulted in deferred production originally planned for the December quarter, we do expect to recover this position during the March quarter, and certainly sets the project up well for a rapid ramp up once the Granville expansion is approved.
Thanks, Peter. So would you also mind updating us on the approvals process for the Granville expansion?
Absolutely. And just to remind listeners that the Granville expansion involves a resumption of mining at an existing open pit, new infrastructure for waste management, and a targeted annualised production rate of approximately 900 tonnes of concentrate or 550 tonnes of contained tin. We submitted the development application to the West Coast Council just before Christmas last year. We've been working with the Council on addressing various criteria ahead of the development application going to public exhibition and then formal consideration by the West Coast Council. It's worth reinforcing that whilst the development application is being progressed, we'll be able to continue to operate the plant under the existing Level 1 approval using stockpiled ore from previous operators.
And finally, Peter, could you provide us with a quick update on what the tin markets are doing?
Sure, look, I'd be pleased to. The tin price performed very strongly during 2016, rising almost 47% over the year. And whilst it softened somewhat in the last month on the back of a modest increase in official LME stocks, analysts are certainly still predicting that the tin price will rise further over the coming years. Fundamental to all this is the fact that a number of the major producing companies, and notably Indonesia, are producing much less tin due to declining grades and environmental constraints. And even the spectacular Manmore mine in Myanmar, which has arguably produced the most tin of any individual mine in the world in the past 2 years, is predicted to run out of ore, in fact, in the next 2 to 3 years.
Peter Williams, thanks for the update.
Thanks, Caroline.